on, guys? It's Scott and Kyle here with the Never Hedge podcast, and we are back for UFC Vegas 253. Haven't done a live one in a couple of weeks as I was away for a bit and Kyle was away, but now we're both back in action. We've been sending out picks every week, though, on the email list and in the Discord, so make sure you guys are all on that if you want our picks here guaranteed, whether we are able to upload one or not. How have we been doing with the email list, Kyle?
We've been crushing.
Absolutely.
Last week, we set down the hammer. We said if we didn't get 10 plus units on our PFL card, that we'd give a yearly subscription for free to anyone who followed along. We went plus 12.7 units. So
PFL is free money.
Yeah, and we're doubling down. We're doing it again this week.
Fuck it.
10 units, we got you. But if you follow our bets and win over 10 units, you got to subscribe.
Yep.
Paid subscriber.
And
which
I think
we're going to pay for tonight.
Oh, 1,000%. I have a couple bets that I am very sure are if I'm not up $1,000 after tonight, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. All right, but we also have a very good card betting-wise this weekend for the UFC. I think the first fight on the card as listed by ESPN is Tatsuro Taira going up against Carlos Candelaro. Taira is minus 230 and Candelario is plus 190 on DraftKings. Let's see here. I don't have the lineups set, so we'll skip that one for now. What do you think of this one, Kyle?
I think dogs are barking early. Tatsuro is an exciting prospect. He's only 22 years old. He's fought in Japan his whole career. We used to joke back in the day, fade Asians. It was a joke, but there was something to it. And the thing to it is there's no competition over there. So
True.
If you're coming up on the scene, it doesn't necessarily mean you're bad. It just means you haven't fought the competition that somebody necessarily in America has faced.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the case here. Carlos Candelario was also an undefeated prospect coming into Dana White Contender Series, where we bet against him. We took Altamirano, who ultimately won a split decision. But even though we had Altamirano, I think Candelario won that fight.
Yeah.
He was like the same kind of prospect as Tatsuro was, but he had a terrible knee injury. He had a couple different injuries, and it derailed him. He had 4 years off before returning in 2021. I think Candelario is getting disrespected here. Tatsuro is a submission specialist. When he's on the ground, it's ridiculous, but I don't know if he can get it there. And on the feet, he's looks like he has maybe some power. He's also been the bigger guy in like every fight in Japan. He's fighting old men. He's fighting guys smaller than him. I think he realizes that he might need a little bit to get to this level after this fight.
I like it. And that is a juicy spot for Carlos Candelario at plus 190. And then on DraftKings, I did finally pull it up. Taira is 9,200 and Candelario only 7K. So good dog spot if you want to pick some of the heavier favorites on here. And then save a little cash on Candelario. All right, moving on up the card. We got Gina Mazzani minus 180. 7-5 Gina Mazzani minus 180 going up against Shayna Young plus 155. 8-5 Shayna won. Love the low-level women's MMA here.
Yeah, gotta love it. And this is Gina Mazzani's time to shine.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a perfect matchup for her. I actually like some of the stuff Mazzani's been saying about this training camp. I watched an interview with her where she's talking about training with, all the guys over in James Krause's gym. Actually, is she still with James Krause?
I think she is.
I think she is too.
Let me pull up
but
a
she's
profile
talking
while
about
you're talking.
She is because she's training with like Jeff Molina and all these guys.
Yeah, she's with Krause.
And she's just been saying she's been picking up all these different things from like Jimmy Crute, Jeff Molina, and she looks shredded. shredded in this fight. And Shayna Young, on the other hand, is dropping weight for this fight. I don't necessarily like that. Shayna Young is not very a skilled fighter. She's just aggressive. That should play into the takedowns of Mazzani.
Love it. And DraftKings Mazzani is 8,900. Young, only 73. Moving on up the card, we got Natan Levy, minus 195, going up against Mike Breeden. DraftKings has this one at Levy at 9K, Breeden 7,200. What do you think here, Kyle?
I saw some money come in on Breeden because the line actually opened up a bit wider.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. I think Levy is the rightful favorite.
Smash.
You know why he's getting disrespected?
Why is that?
It's because the guy he lost to in his debut is also a guy who gets disrespected, in Rafa Garcia. I don't know why there's so much hate on Rafa. He's fucking awesome.
Yes.
But people like to hate on him. And so in turn, losing to him, people are hating on Nate and Levy. Mike Breeden sucks. People are saying he has this like excellent takedown defense and all this shit. Doesn't
trash.
Yeah, his last win was against Nick Compton. Nick Compton doesn't have a win since 2016. And Compton almost had him in an armbar, by the way.
Jesus.
Yeah, Nate and Levy, smash spot.
Smash spot.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, moving on. We got Gabe Green, minus 135, going up against Johan Lyonese, plus 115. Finally, a spot where the line is pretty close. Gabe Green, 8,500. Lyonese is 77.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
Because Lyonese has looked pretty good. He's a finisher. He throws everything with violence. But Gabe Green, in a loss to Daniel Rodriguez, showed that he can push a pace. I think he threw over 120 strikes in that fight. He took a lot of heavy strikes from Daniel Rodriguez, so that makes me think his chin's really good. He then fought Philip Rowe, and that was another battle. We were on Philip Rowe in that fight, and we lost.
Yep. We sure did.
And I think this is another one of Gabe Green's level of comp has been a lot better than Sebastian Bach's over here. So I'm going Gabe Green. And probably by TKO, volume strikes. Like
it. And he does have high volume, so definitely a decent spot on DraftKings at 8,500. All right, moving on. This one I really like. Daniel Da Silva, minus 125 over Francisco Figueiredo, plus 105.
I'll let you start this one, Scotty.
Yeah, Figueiredo is not good. He's just not. That's it.
I agree.
And they're giving you Dan. I think the only reason this is close is because he's got the same last name as fucking Devinson.
That's exactly true. And I see what you're doing, Dana White. I see what the UFC's doing here. They like this kid, Daniel Lacerda, at 25 years old, and they're trying to give him a name.
Yeah.
Even though
it's like it's a good name, but it's not the good one.
Right. He doesn't even have a name, but it's still a name. I see. That's a good move, UFC.
That is very good.
I like Daniel Lacerda as well.
Yeah, and minus 125 is a no-brainer on this one. Now, this next one is a tough one to pick. Alexander Romanov, minus 2,000. Going up against fucking little baby Chase Sherman at plus 1,000.
I saw someone tweet, I guess that Romanov is now the biggest favorite in UFC history in this fight.
Oh, that's sketchy.
Chase Sherman is terrible. He's a quitter.
Terrible, horrible, no good, very bad Chase Sherman.
And I think Chase Sherman saw Romanov weigh in with a six-pack and was like, "Oh my god!"
it just started coughing.
Right.
He just took 100 over the counter fucking COVID tests till one came up positive.
He was like, I thought I was signing up to fight this fat guy. What is this?
Oh my god.
So yeah, the fact that we're still getting plus 130 on that Romanov line by TKO is pretty crazy. I know he could easily win by sub as well, but I think Sherman is so bad, it's not going to even get to sub. Like, it's like he's either going to get slam KO'd, or fucking first punch gets him.
I could very easily see that because I don't know how hard he's been training since he was essentially cut by the UFC.
He was cut by the UFC.
Yes, and then they brought him back to just be sacrificed.
Yeah, he's
like, what the fuck's the point of even training hard? I'm not even gonna.
Oh my
god! Get killed by this fucking bear.
Yeah.
All right.
Romanov had that one fight where he gassed out and was like, six pack. I'm coming in ripped.
He bought the fucking 6-pack shortcuts.
Yep.
Online course. All right, moving on. This is another sketchy one here. Krzysztof Jotko minus 170 over Gerald Meerschaert plus 145. On DraftKings, where are you? Meerschaert is 7,400, Jotko 8,800.
So I actually think this fight is easy to break down. Except Meerschaert is like your boy Paul Craig.
That's what makes it sketchy.
Yeah. So he's like your boy Paul Craig. He takes an ass beating and then subs you out. That's how he wins. It's the only way he can win. But we're all over Stoltzfus when he fought Meerschaert and lost after winning 2 rounds.
Yes.
And Krzysztof Jotko is literally just a better version of Justin Stoltzfus. Yeah. So if we're on Stoltzfus, I got to be on Jotko, and I really do think Jotko is a good amount better than Stoltzfus. So easy pick for me. I'm going Jotko.
I'm staying the hell away from this one. Meerschaert
still
scares me.
I actually thought you were going to be on Meerschaert.
I am leaning Meerschaert, but I'm not enough to do anything about it.
That's your kind of guy.
This is going to be the carbon copy of Nikita Krylov versus Paul Craig, where Paul Craig's just Jared Meerschaert's just be eating shots off the bottom for the entire first round, and then just do a flying triangle.
It's insane.
Just suck him right in.
There's no way Meerschaert can get 4. This will be his 4th win in a row. That can't happen.
We'll fucking see. We've been saying that about Paul Craig. He can't win 10 in a row.
I wrote it in my breakdowns. I will fade Gerald Meerschaert until I die, and I will fade Paul Craig until I die. Neither one of them is good.
Fade Paul Craig until he's the fucking light heavyweight champion.
I will, and I'll fade him every fight the rest of his career, every single time.
All right, moving on. We got Darren Elkins minus 175. Going up against Tristan Connolly plus 150 on DraftKings. Connolly is 76, Elkins 86.
This is the first fight I don't know what to do with. It's a stay away from me. Darren Elkins, I think, is shot at this point. I really do, after watching what happened with Cub Swanson.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't watch that fight back and have any confidence in Darren Elkins. But we've seen him so many times be such a savage that I also can't count him out completely. And then Tristan Connolly looked so good at 170 versus Michel Pereira. Then dropped down in weight and lost. But he fought Pat Sabatini, who's a fucking savage. Yeah. And a terrible matchup for him. I lean Connolly as the dog. But I also heard Connolly's coming off of like neck surgery. So I don't know about that one. I'm staying away.
That's neck surgery is a little spooky.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what, though? Connolly is a DraftKings play for me because I think Elkins might be shot enough for even Connolly to finish him.
All right.
And Elkins goes for some wild takedowns like reckless, and Connolly is a submission guy. So heads up.
Heads up. Love it. All right. This is probably going to be one of the easier bets on the card coming up here. Jared Gordon plus 155 going up against Grant Dawson. Are we smashing Grant Dawson? And if so, by how much?
So I'm going to throw Grant Dawson in a parlay. But Jared Gordon is another guy who's like surprises you. I don't know. Like he like sticks around. He gets beat up early, but he never stops coming. Grant Dawson kind of gasses sometimes, but I'll tell you what I do like. This is a freebie for everybody. Grant Dawson TKO line is plus 650.
Ooh.
He's got too much power for that. And Jared Gordon's chin is not great. So I think that's the actual play here.
I think you might be on something here.
I will parlay him as well.
Yeah. All right. Love it. Moving on up the card, we got Andre Feely minus 220 going up against Joe Anderson Brito. DraftKings has this one at Brito is 6,900, Feely 9,300.
This is my second stay away. I don't know if you have a stronger opinion.
No, this is sketchy to me. Because
Yeah,
I feel like Brito is a live dog.
So live. He has power takedowns, which I think he could get Feely down. Everything he does is with explosion. And then Feely is a guy like sometimes he looks really good, and then other times he doesn't.
Yeah, you don't know what you're getting.
Kind of fights to his level of comp, so
yeah.
I'm not sure. I would lean the dog though.
I'm dog or pass on this one.
Yep.
All right. Moving on to this one might be our favorite fight of the night, or favorite bet of the night is Andrei Arlovsky minus 150 going up against Jake Collier. Jake Collier is the fucking plus 125 dog, even though 43-year-old Arlovsky is taking this fight on short notice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Jake Collier is the play. Jake Collier's, he throws what? I think he threw close to 300 strikes in 2 fights. And that's not his last fight, because his last fight he just demolished Chase Sherman.
Yes.
Which doesn't even count. But Arlovsky cannot keep up with 150 strikes in a fight. Can't do it.
Dude, people just don't like Jake Collier because he looks like a slob.
Yeah.
But he's in good shape for how fat he is. Surprise somehow.
And he's fast. He's actually good, and he called for this fight. He wanted Andrei Arlovsky. Jake Collier is not bad, and Arlovsky has not beaten anyone good in a long, long time. I've seen tons of love for Arlovsky this week, which I think that's where people lose. Jake Collier's the play.
People are emotionally invested in Arlovsky.
Yeah, the Pitbull is fun.
Yeah, Arlovsky is a legend. He technically won on the scorecards against Vandera, who just got demolished by.
And that was not a good fight for Arlovsky.
No, I think he lost. I was on Arlovsky in that fight, and I think he lost.
Yeah.
All right.
And Vandera's terrible.
And Vandera got fucking Ezekiel choked by.
He tapped to pain.
Yeah, tapped from pressure.
There was no chance of going unconscious. He tapped to pain.
And then threw up.
Hate to see it. And then threw up everywhere because he's just that out of shape. He's just that out of shape.
And then did you see the video of Vandera talking to Olenek after the fight, like asking him to teach him how he fucking did that? That was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
All right, moving on to the main event. Rob Font minus 130 going up against Cheeto Vera at plus 110. This is a spicy one. On DraftKings, Font is 8,300. Cheeto is 79.
Yeah, this is a really tough fight because Rob Font has the tools to beat Cheeto. His boxing is going to be better. He should be a little bit faster, I think. But Cheeto has the grappling edge you'd like to think, but I don't know if Cheeto can get Font to the ground and have any success with that.
Yeah.
Rob Font's good at getting back up. Cheeto has the power edge for sure. He can crack.
He looks like he might be twice the size of Rob Font.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a really close fight in the main event. I hate not picking it, but it's not my favorite fight betting wise on this card.
I think it's one to watch, not to have.
You have to think 5 rounds probably favors Vera a little bit.
Yeah.
But Rob Font hasn't had bad cardio, so it could go either way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really this is one of the hardest ones we've had to pick in a while, and I think it's essentially a coin flip. Like I no one has like an obvious edge here.
Right. And I'm with you. There are some other smash spots that I like, so
stay away.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. All right. Were you able to make a DraftKings lineup?
I did not, but I'll get on it now.
Okay. I did make one. Starting off with Romanov. I believe he will be 100% owned this week.
Probably. Well, unless people get scared off because last week they got fucked by him getting pulled out of their lineups after they're locked.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Maybe. Probably not. Then I have Jake Collier, 7,800. Natan Levy at 9K. I did end up going with Mearshart at 7,400. I don't like him enough to bet on, but I do think he's a decent DraftKings spot because of the submission threat. Another dog in Connolly. And then I got De Silva at 8,200.
Nice. I have a pretty similar. I went Romanov. I feel like he's going to, even if he's all the way owned, you have to have him.
Yeah.
Went Gina Mazzani, Gabe Green, De Silva, Jake Collier, and Candelario.
Ooh. How much you got left over?
Nothing.
Oh, man. I got 400. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, bud. I think that's all we got for you today. Make sure you are subscribed to the Substack, hop in the Discord, also subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Good luck.